Hey guys, it's your girl Bianca coming to you from the Beatress Brand. I don't know why I do that. That's like my thing now. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning into another video. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I did this blue kind of soft cut crease. We added a little bit of glitter. We got some lashes, honey, and we are just glowing. If you guys want to see how I got this look? Just stay tuned, guys. Bye.
Please me, baby. Turn around and just tease me.
Okay guys, we're gonna jump right into this tutorial. So as you guys can see, I already started my brows. And so I'm just gonna jump right into this makeup look. I have no idea what I'm doing today. So like always, we're just gonna wing it. Of course, I'm gonna use my Juvia's Place. This is the Magic by Juvia's palette. You guys know I love Juvia, honey. Love it, love, 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 love. So I think I'm gonna start with these two shades here, which is Ife or Ife and Yejidi? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce those, but I'm gonna start off with these two blues here. And yeah, we're just gonna go from there. But before I do that, I am tripping. I'm gonna go in with my P. Louise base in Rumor Zero. This is the white shade, and the reason why I'm doing the white shade is because I do want the colors to stand out. Even if they're smoky, I do want them to be bold. So I am gonna go ahead and just pop that base right onto my lid, and I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for my to do my eyebrows. And I'm sorry, this is actually the MAC 242 brush. So yeah, we're just going to take a little bit of that P. Louise base, and we're just going to start packing it on our lids. And don't worry if you have a little bit of concealer on there. I'm not using it you know, the white base so that I can, you know, make pastels pop or anything like that. I really just wanted a super light base so that the blues can really show up how I need them to show up. So if you use a clean brush, that's fine. If you want to use your concealer brush, that's fine too. I'm being lazy, so this is what we're going to use today. Now that we have that base buffed out, we're going to go ahead and start applying our eyeshadow. So now we're going to jump into the Juvia's Place again. This is Ife or Ife. And then we're going to jump into Yejidi or Yejede. Again, if I'm mispronouncing them and chopping them up, I am sorry. You know, I'm just pronouncing them how I think they're supposed to sound. So going in with my MAC 217 brush, I am going to start to pack these colors here. Both colors, which gives us like a deep navy blue, which is super pretty. And I'm just going to buff that on the outer V. Okay. And you can continue to pack on the color as much as you like. I like to start with the outer V because that helps me kind of know how high I want to go, know what colors I want to put down. It's just the safest place for me to start because once I start my makeup, I get really indecisive. So I like to start here because it will help me get a better understanding of what I'm going to do next in terms of my eyeshadow. I'm going to do the same thing. We're just going to pack this right on the outer V of our eye. Now that I have my blue, how I laid down like I wanted, I'm going to jump into another color to start buffing this out just a little bit. And I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Zulu palette. This palette, actually, they don't have eyeshadow names. So I'm just going to take this brown. Actually, let me flip this around for you guys. I'm going to take this brown that's on the top row here, and I'm just going to use this to buff out my blue a little bit because, again, I want it to be very natural the higher we go up. So that brown is just a perfect skin tone shade for me to be able to do that. To do this step, I'm going to take another one of my Amazon brush set brushes, and I'm just going to use this brush just to pack on that purple. I have purple on the mind. To pack on that brown. What we want to do, we want to just softly buff this blue out. We don't want any harsh lines. We don't want it to look smudgy. We just want to smoke it out so that it's nice and that it's even and that we have a nice gradient effect when it comes from the brown down to the blue. Now that we have that brown on, I'm gonna go back into both of the blues from that Magic palette. I'm gonna switch gears here and I'm gonna jump and grab my MAC 286 brush, and I'm just gonna use this to diffuse that blue a little bit just to get rid of that harsh line. I'm gonna jump over on the other eye and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna just jump back into both of those blue shades and I'm just gonna pack them on. Then I'm going to take my MAC 286 and I'm just going to blend out the two. Again, I'm not adding any more eyeshadow to this brush. I'm simply just blending the two shades in together. I'm going to try a new technique. I think I did this before, but I'm going to take this small brush by Coastal Scent. It has the perfect like round shape, and I'm going to use this brush to actually cut my crease. I normally use this to smudge out my eyeshadows on my lower lash line, but today I'm going to use it to actually cut my crease. Let's see how this brush treats your girl. So I'm going to start here in the middle, and then I'm just going to drag it just a little bit. Now that I have my desired shape, I'm going to go back in with that same brush and I'm just going to buff out that P. Louise base so that we have a nice even canvas. So I'm going to do the other eye off camera and then I'm going to come right back so that we can actually start putting down our shadow. Okay guys, so now that I have both of my eyes done, I'm going to jump into the Juvia's Nomade palette, and I'm going to grab this bone shade here on the last row. Again, they don't have names in these palettes. Well, not all of her palettes. So I'm just going to grab this really pretty bone shade here. This all over my lid. And even though it's a bone, a natural bone color, it does have some shimmer in it. So it's actually really, really pretty up close and personal. And I'm going to keep this more so in the middle, in the beginning and in the middle of my lid. And then I think I like how the blue is very light and airy on the end. So I may go in and just pack the blue on the end of my eye there. I'm gonna go back into the Magic palette, and now I'm going to start, you know what? I'm gonna take this Vi color here, and I'm going to blend that in on the outer portion. Well, not the outer, but I'm gonna like use that as a transition shade in between that bone color and the blue. I like this because this is a nice, this has a nice sparkle, this Vi color. So it's giving me still that glow or that sparkle from the bone color. And it's giving me a little bit of pop on my outer V here. So that's really, 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 really pretty. I don't want to go overboard with this color, so I'm going to keep it very, I'm going in with a light hand, and I'm not adding a lot of product to my brush. I want to keep this as light as I possibly can. I really just wanted to use this as like a transition shade. And then I'm gonna go back into that Nomade palette, and I'm gonna put a little bit more of that bone color down, just because for me, it's just important that my eyeshadows, you know, I like to be really, really precise, and I like to make sure there's no harsh lines. So I'm just making sure that there's no harsh lines in between this blue and the bone shade. So now I'm going to go back in with my MAC 217 brush, and I'm going into the two blues that we used in the beginning of our eyeshadow look. And I'm going in with a very light hand with these, and I'm just going to smoke that corner out just a tad bit. Counts. I think I'm going to add a wing liner to this look. This look will be really, really pretty without one, but I think I'm going to add a wing liner to this look. All right, guys, so I just got another idea. So I've been seeing like this, I don't know, trend circulating, and where people have been adding like glitter and things of that nature to their wing liner. So I'm going to give that a go today. I'm going in with this really pretty blue. I figured it matches my turban. So I'm going to use a little bit of this just to add and pack onto my wing liner. I've never tried this before, so we shall see how it goes. But I'm going to use a little bit of my lash glue, and I'm just going to put it onto my wing liner. we doing a little something, y'all. Okay, that's super cute. I'm not going to overdo it because I don't want it to overpower the look. But I thought with my beanie and, you know, with the trend that's going on my turban and the trend that's going on, I thought this would be really cute. And it turned out really, really cute. If you're the type that like glitter, if you don't like glitter or you're like really unsure about the glitter, you can definitely leave it as is. I'm gonna go in with my Becca, my Ever Matte Poreless Primer. And I'm just gonna put this in all the places that I typically get oily, which is my T-zone for sure. My nose gets super oily. And yeah. For foundation, I'm going in with my Becca. This is the Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. My favorite, well, one of my favorites. But if you guys are looking for a nice mattifying primer, it's a bit on the pricey side, but if you go to, I know like Sephora, they will give you a sample of this, but overall, it's just, I'm knocking stuff over. Overall, it's just a really, really, really nice foundation. So I'm gonna go in with one of my foundation brushes, and I'm just gonna take this and I'm just gonna paint it on, girl. So now I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Deep. I'm running out of my Shape Tape, so I'm going to just jump into the Juvia's Place Concealer. And this is in the shade 7, in the shade 11. And I'm just going to add this on top of the Shape Tape just a little bit. This is a little bit more watery than I like. The Shape Tape is creamy. So I'll put this everywhere else that I wasn't able to add my Shape Tape. I'm going to let this sit on the eye for just a minute. And while I do that, I'm going to go ahead and start contouring. So I'm going to use shade 7, which is still a tad bit too light for my contour. So I'm just going to bronze up the face just a little bit. And then we'll go in with a powder. I'm just not into like the super dark contours. I just think that, you know, looking nice and brown is like the way to go. I'm gonna put a little bit on my nose, the highest points of my cheeks, and then a little bit on my chin or jawline, because hunty, sis ain't been losing no weight. I'm gonna go back in with that same foundation brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just start buffing out the bronze color or the second Juvia's Place color. And then, like I said, if I feel like I want it a little bit more deeper, I'll use a powder to get my desired color. Now I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques. This is their blending brush. or setting brush. I usually put my highlighter on with this, or sometimes my setting powder, but from Tailor-Made Jane, she actually used these to buff out her concealer, and I absolutely love it. I tried it like one time and I fell in love with it. So I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques brush, and I'm just gonna buff this right under my eye. And you see how flawless that is? It just literally buffed the concealer right without really moving it, without doing anything. It just blended out perfectly. So I absolutely love this brush for my under eye area. It doesn't crease, it doesn't look all wonky or dry, and that's what I really, really like. So now that we have everything blended out, I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier. This is the translucent powder. And I actually want to start using some different powders. I feel like I've been using this powder for years. So if you guys have any like ideas or, you know, references, holla at your girl. Let me know so I can definitely try some new powders. I'm just like the type of person, I just stick with what I know. And if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And this powder has been good to me, but I do want to get into like some other powders that I can use for my under eye area. Predictable. Sometimes I get super dry and it's a disaster. So if you want to bake, go ahead and bake, girl, but sis is not baking today. So to warm up the skin even more, I'm gonna go in with an oldie but goodie. This is the CoverGirl Queen. This is the Ebony Bronze. Love, love, love this powder. So I'm going to use this to just deepen up my contour a little bit. To me, powders is always much more, they're less harsh. So if I'm not feeling like a deep contour, which I really don't do, I like to go in with the powder, and I'm gonna sit that right on top of that Juvia's Place concealer that we put down. The Queen powder, it just gives a nice finish. It's the perfect chocolate shade. So yeah, if you want something that's not too harsh, try the Queen collection, especially if you're of a deeper skin tone. It's a great powder. It's just a truly great powder to use, and a little goes a long way. As you can see, I look nice and brown. It's not too dark. It's not overpowering. It's just the perfect shade. I'm going to take a little bit of this powder and put it on my nose, which I really don't have to contour my nose. My nose is so tiny. There's no real reason for me to do that, but you know, sis just gotta be extra. Yes. So this is coming along really, really pretty. I'm really enjoying this makeup look. Now that we have everything laid down, I'm gonna go in with another oldie but goodie, and this is Plum Foolery. This is a blush by MAC, which I really, really love. And I'm just going to put this on the apples of my cheeks. I'm not going to go too crazy because I don't like a lot of blush. I just like to give my cheeks just a little pinch of color, like so. So now that we're really done with the face, we're gonna stop with the face and then come back. I'm gonna jump back into my under eye, and I'm just gonna smoke out my bottom lash line and then add a little bit of mascara. So I'm gonna do that off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay girls, so now that I have my blush on, I have my face powder on, I have everything on that I need, I smoked out that bottom lash line, I'm going to go in with the Tri palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to grab the color Chaga, which is like a greenish golden color. And I'm just going to take this and use this as my highlighter today. It's a really pretty color. I'm not going to go overboard because it does have like a really like green gold undertone, but it's a super pretty gold that I always use on the eyes, especially on my clients. But I just thought this would be a pretty color on my skin tone just to use as a highlighter shade. So I'm going to go on my nose, on the highest points of my cheeks, right on top of my blush, on top of my Cupid's bow, and then a little on my chin. And I feel like that just really made my skin glow. So now that we did that, I'm gonna go in with my MAC. This is the Dark Deep Prolong Wear Pressed Powder. And I'm just gonna take one of my brushes by e.l.f., my fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna pack this all over the skin, over top of the highlight, you know, over top of the blush, under the eyes a little bit. And this is going to just help set everything in place. You can put this on before or after. I like to put it on after just so I can press everything in the skin and nothing is looking too harsh. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to go ahead and apply my lip. I'm thinking I always go with nude, so I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my lip liner by MAC. This is in the color Chestnut. I'm gonna go in with my favorite MAC lipstick, and this is Fresh Brew. And this is more of like a frost lipstick, but it's super pretty. And you can leave it as is. You don't even have to add anything on top. You can leave this as is. But y'all know I'm a drama queen. So I'm going to go in with my lip gloss by Louise. And just make this a little bit more add a little bit more color. And I'm telling you guys, this is my favorite lip combination. It's so pretty, it's so natural, and yeah, I mean, it's just a gorgeous color. So I'm gonna spray my face with the J. LaRue Cosmetics. This is their Setting Silk. And I'm just gonna let this dry down some. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I absolutely love how it turned out. I'm just brown and golden and glowing, honey. So yes, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will never miss another video from your girl. I will see you in my next video, guys. I love you all. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Bye.